Hi, Leo. Welcome to your end of December 2019 General Tarot Update. It's Rena here. Okay, wow. You actually have a lot of major arcana here. So usually that means that there are significant happenings in this time frame. This is kind of a short time frame, so I don't like to talk about it like, oh yeah, 2 weeks, everything occurs, but some of the themes of this. So we have four major arcana, or no, I mean three, right? Three. Death card, Hermit, and the Hangman, but the Hangman is in the reversed position. And it's funny because, it seems like no matter what, whenever I, pull out the Hangman, it's like the reversed version of it. And maybe sometimes I put it in the deck and because it looks like it's right side up, because it's hanging upside down when it's supposed to be correct. So I don't know, but it's just funny. I always seem to draw it reversed. And not always, but a lot. The heart of the matter is the Knight of Cups. This can be a younger, sensitive male, or a youngish, or, somebody who just has that youthful spirit. Pisces, Cancer, or Scorpio. And this person is very sensitive and romantic. So, it's the right side up, so perhaps this is not somebody who's pretending to be that way, and they're really it's really a some kind of an act. This sometimes can be an offer that you receive, and it comes on the heels of, the Death card. So the Death card can be transition. Yes, of course, it can be physical death. Maybe you've experienced the death of somebody close to you, and there is some kind of offer made to you, maybe for an inheritance, and it's being made in, sometimes I would say that they are thinking of you or feeling your pain, and maybe if you were not included in the will, they still feel like you deserve to have something. But this can also be, if you have lost your job, that you get something, quite soon afterwards. And you might be pondering this over. Do I want to take this? Because if you had some situation that was a long-term situation, and I'm even talking about, let's say you've gotten divorced, and somebody new has come onto the scene, you may be like, this really seems promising, but I'm not sure that I'm ready. I just am recovering from this. And actually, the spiritual perspective, which can sometimes be the bigger picture, the spiritual advice, is the Hermit, which kind of suggests that soul searching, that time alone. If you've come off of some kind of a major transition in your life, Leo, you may not be ready to just jump into something new. And if the Knight of Cups, if this is, let's say this is an individual who's romantically interested in you, if they really do care, they will give you that space so that you can, kind of get yourself together and process what you have been through. And, obviously if it's a job, it might not be that way, because obviously, when you're talking about a job, you're talking about They have to fill the position. They can't just wait forever. But if it's something that's perhaps related to a romantic interest, if that person truly is caring, like the Knight of Cups is supposed to be, they will likely give you that space to grieve or to just, try to integrate what you have been through into something that you can kind of like put behind you and things like that. What crosses you is the Knight of Swords. This can be even like a past relationship. Maybe this is somebody that you're getting over. This person may be very verbally abusive, trying to undermine you. I could even see in the case of like a job situation, if you were bad-mouthed or something, and by like if you had lost your job, or maybe you even quit because you were under duress, dealing with a situation at work, the person who may have been responsible may have been a coworker, and this person may not be done with you. They may still be trying to poison the well if you're in a certain field where it's kind of close-knit and other people in your company know about this job offer you've been given. They may be trying to smear you over there, or especially one person. Now this, when I see the Knight of Swords, I think of somebody who is more of a coworker than a superior or like a boss, because I would tend to see kings and queens as the authority figures. If this is a past relationship, this person may not be a very stable person. Now, I will say this, because I was talking about the Knight of Cups. Now, it's possible that somebody is presenting themselves like the Knight of Cups, but they have two sides to them. And perhaps you are seeing this one side, and they're kind of wooing you. They're kind of, I was going to say whining and dining you, but putting on the heavy, romantic game on you. And you're not seeing the fact that they've got this other side, I always get confused. Which one is the nasty one, Dr. Jekyll or Mr. Hyde? Probably Mr. Hyde, right? And so you might be seeing Dr. Jekyll and you're not seeing Mr. Hyde. And sometimes, if you have dealt with a death or the loss of a relationship, you might have been vulnerable, and perhaps you're moving too quickly in something, and the Hermit is suggesting that you spend time alone, and you are running the risk of making a mistake with somebody who is not really who they seem to be. The advice, or what is coming in, is represented by the Two of Cups. This can be committing to somebody. So again, if this is kind of like a whirlwind affair, this person may be kind of even pressuring you, or maybe you want to do it because you're trying to get over a loss of somebody. Maybe the Knight of Swords is an ex, and you are so flattered that this person has come back into your life that you're willing to give it another shot, even though there is somebody new who is in the picture. You may still be hung up on the Knight of Swords. And the Knight of Swords is a combination of fire and air. It could be like a literal air sign. Your opposite sign, Leo, is Aquarius. There's also Gemini and Libra. And this person may have left you and you were, shattered, and now they are trying to win you back. And, I don't know if this is the same person as the Knight of Cups. I have a feeling that there may be two different people in the case of some of your situations. And this happens sometimes where somebody is still hung up on an old relationship, even though they have a promising new one. They can't do anything about it because they really feel a strong connection to somebody from their past. So will you get back together with an ex? That is really the question. The outcome is the Hangman in reverse. And this is kind of like, the Hangman in the upright position is someone who is waiting, perhaps for somebody to come back, or they're in limbo. That's a better word. Maybe there's no promise of somebody coming back, but they don't feel, they feel kind of stuck in this place. Sometimes they're waiting for somebody to make a decision about something. But I always get this feeling with the Hangman that a person can't really move forward because they're in this state of suspension. So the reverse of that is sometimes, if it is something on your end, of making a decision. So you may be deciding whether or not to go back to someone. You decide to do that. And I shouldn't say that because there's no indication that you have decided. But when I see the Two of Cups, I think of somebody committing to a relationship, but you might be recommitting to someone. But is this person the right one? Or are they somebody that you have some kind of you feel drawn to this person, but it's almost like a moth to the flame, where this person has like a lot of chaotic tendencies. You can't really predict what they're going to do, and that may somehow be what attracts you to them. And it's like fire. You heard the phrase, the saying, playing with fire. There's something about fire that people find fascinating but dangerous. But it's like you're the one this time, even though you're a fire sign, you're playing with fire maybe with this person. And the other, if there's like two people, the Knight of Cups is somebody who probably would be more dependable and devoted. And yet you seem more interested in this other person. And, there may be different reasons why. Perhaps they left you, and for a Leo, that felt like a blow to your pride. But now that they're back, you feel like, that it's restored and that you're okay now, when in fact you never were not okay. They're the one that has the problem. But you can't see that right now. So we shall see what happens. If this is some kind of a job situation, it's possible that you will be asked back, and it's your decision whether or not to do it. You may have felt that, I even, with the death card, I just got the phrase in my mind, burning bridges. Maybe there was something that you said and it was very strongly worded because you felt cheated out of something, and you thought, well, that's it. And maybe they have found out that this Knight of Swords individual poisoned the well and that they were the culprit, and they kind of put two and two together and realized they were hasty with you. But in any case, Leo, that's what I have for you, and I hope that at least some of that resonated. I am offering natal chart interpretations with 2020 astro trends based on your natal charts, as well as just the transits. I have the links for those two readings below. I also have other kinds of readings like love readings and everything like that. My website is rainamoonastrology.com. Take care. Bye.